Hello so creatives, it's Faustina here. Welcome to another interesting tutorial. On today's tutorial we are going to learn how to cut and sew this sleeveless circle flay gown. You can see how beautiful it's looking on me. You can sew it for a maternity gown or as a free gown that you can just be wearing and be going your day-to-day activities. So if it's something that you would like to learn how I put it together, or you can also as well put your sleeve. So let's dive into our cutting table. So this is the material I made use of. You can cut it with 2 yards of ankara with our tape rule and everything. So I'm trying to unwrap the fabric so I can go ahead and now fold it into a triangular form. So you can see how I'm trying to fold our fabric into a triangular form. So you're going to hold one edge of your fabric and you're going to now fold the other edge like a triangular form, like so. So this is how you should fold your fabric, as if you want to cut a half degree flay. So you go ahead and fold your fabric like a triangular form. So I'm trying to fold our fabric very well. After folding it, make sure you arrange it very well. So after arranging it, this is what your fabric should look like. So I wanted to repeat the folding so that you get clearer view of what I'm talking about. From one edge of your fabric, you are going to fold the rest of them like a triangular form so that you have a kind of triangle. So after getting your folded fabric into a triangular form, we will now start marking out our shoulder measurement. So let's start imputing our shoulder measurement. So from the folded area, we are going to mark a straight line that will contain our shoulder measurement. Make sure that the straight line you are marking will contain your shoulder measurement with another allowance. Don't make your shoulder measurement to lap at the extreme end of the fabric. So you can see how I'm trying to mark out my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement has a little bit of like 1 inch excess allowance. So after getting our shoulder measurement, we are going to mark out our chest line, where our armhole will stay, and under our chest line we are going to impute our bust measurement. So I'm trying to rule out the line. So after getting our chest line, I'm going to impute our bust measurement divided by 4 value plus extra 2 inches is allowance plus extra 1 inch sewing allowance. So after imputing our bust value, which is our bust divided by 4 and everything, we are going to now bring down the armhole line down to our chest line, like so. So after bringing down our armhole line down to our chest line, we are now going to now mark out our neck width and neck depth. So I'm trying to impute my neck width on the shoulder line, and neck depth was 4 inches. So I went ahead to mark out 4 by 4, neck width of 4 inches and neck depth of 4 inches. So on my armhole line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So I'm going to taper it back to my neckline, like so. So on the chest line, I'm going to go up by 3 inches and go in by half an inch. I'm going to now taper the half inch on that shoulder slope, and I will now use my French curve to complete my round armhole. So after marking out our complete armhole, like so, on the chest line we are going to impute our bust point, which is from the chest line we are going to come down by 1.5 inches to get our bust point. So I'm trying to straight out our bust point. So the value you have on our bust line, we are going to impute it on our bust point and just come down like so. So after getting our bust point measurement, we are going to, from our shoulder mark out the length of our gown. So we are going to start marking out the length of our gown round the hem of our beautiful gown, flay gown. So from the shoulder now, we will now start imputing the length of our gown like a flay. It's going to be round the triangular form that we folded our fabric into. So that base, the hem side is going to be circle like a flay after marking out the length of your beautiful gown. So in case the fabric did not reach the length of your gown in some places, you can go ahead and use another fabric to complete the length of your gown. So after getting the length of your gown, we are going to now bring down the value that we have on our bust down to the hem of our gown. So on the hem of your gown, you are going to now control the fullness of your flay gown. You use the hem side to control the fullness of the flay side. As you can see, I did not make use of all the folded fabric. You can see I don't want mine to be that fuller, so I contoured the fullness by bringing down my bust measurement all the way to like 20 to 18 inches or hem circumference on the hem side. So I did not make use of all the folded fabric, but in case you want your flay to be big, you can go ahead and make use of all the folded triangular fabric. So you can see how beautiful and nice and moderate mine is looking. So this is how you go about controlling the fullness of your flay. So after getting all our markings, you can go ahead and now start cutting our beautiful flay gown. So but before we go ahead to cut it, we are going to cut the neck depth as if you want to cut the back neck depth, because we are going to use this pattern to cut out our back pattern. So I'm basically going to, from my shoulder now, come down by 1 inch and now redraw my front neck depth, which I'm also going to recut after getting our back pattern. So I'm going to still cut out this 4 inches depth after getting my back pattern. So I went ahead to cut out the rest of the pattern from the hem and by the side measurement. So after getting the front pattern, we are going to fold another fabric like a triangle like we did for the front, and now lay our front pattern on top of our folded triangle in order to cut our back pattern. But the difference between the front and the back is just that the back we have a zipper allowance. So I'm trying to fold another triangular fabric so that I can lay this front already cut out front pattern on top of it to get my back pattern. So it's a very simple outfit you can cut within 10 to 20 minutes. So I'm trying to arrange the front pattern on top of the back so that I can get both my zipper allowance and the rest of our body measurement. So it's something that you will do very diligently until you get the accurate measurement. So I'm trying to place the front on top of the back so that I can get both our zipper allowance and our full body measurement. So you keep arranging it till you get all your body measurements, both the shoulder, the armhole, and your zipper allowance for the back. Make sure that your armhole is entering very well, and you have a zipper allowance as well, and your armhole and the rest of your bodies are also entering very well. So after arranging it, this is what I have. You can see that my shoulder is complete, my armhole is also complete, while all the rest of my bodies are also complete. So I will now start cutting out our back pattern. So I'm trying to slash our zipper area into two. I'm trying to slash it because it's going to be without fold. So I'm trying to slash it open, after which I proceed in cutting out my neck depth, my shoulder and my armhole with the rest of the bodice. So after cutting it, we now proceed in sewing it. So I'm trying to cut it. After cutting it, I went ahead to cut out my front neck depth like I said earlier. So I went ahead to cut out the 4x4 neck depth like so. So we now proceed in cutting out the facing that we are going to use to turn the neck of both our front and the back beautiful gown. So this is the facing that we are going to use to cut the front. So you can see how I folded it into two. So I'm trying to lay the front fabric on top of our facing like so. I'm going to trace out the neck line like so, trace out the shoulder, and now curve the remaining facing like as if I want to cut a circle. You see how curvy the facing is looking? So this is how yours should look. So I also went ahead to curve it more so that I can get exactly what I want. So after cutting the front, I also proceed in cutting the back, after which we now start sewing it. So I'm basically going to open up the face and lay it on our front gown neck line. So I'm basically going to sew half an inch on that round neckline. You can note that the front part of our facing is facing the right side of our beautiful fabric. So I'm going to quickly move over to my sewing machine and go and sew it. And we are going to also do the same thing to the back part. The front part of the facing will face the right side of our fabric, and we are going to sew it by half an inch, after which we are going to notch it and now flip the facing on the wrong side of our fabric like so. So I quickly move over to my sewing machine and go and sew them. So I've gone ahead to sew them. You see how beautiful they are looking. So you see how round and neat that our neck is looking. I've gone ahead to do the same thing to the back part of our beautiful flay gown. So I'm now going to start joining them on the shoulder part. So watch closely and see how I close up the shoulder part. I'm trying to join the front shoulder and the back shoulder together, and using the back facing to turn to the front side of our shoulder so that we can get a neat finishing on that shoulder. You see how I'm flipping the back facing to go and meet the front facing. So after which I will now go and sew by half an inch. After joining the shoulder, we now proceed in turning the armhole area with our bias. So remember that the gown is a sleeveless gown, so that's why we are turning with our bias. So on the right side of our beautiful gown, I went ahead to sew one side of the bias on the right side of our armhole area, after which I'm going to now flip the bias to the wrong side of our gown like so, and now top stitch on top of the bias like so. So you can see what I'm trying to do. I went ahead to flip the bias on the wrong side. I'm now going to top stitch it around the bias so that the bias will stay in place. So I will quickly move over to my sewing machine. I will now go and top stitch the bias of the round armhole, and I will do the same to the two side of our round armhole. And after which I will now close the armhole like so. I will now start joining the side by 1 inch. Remember, we left 1 inch sewing allowance on the side. So I'm going to, from the armhole, run down 1 inch measurement all the way to the hem of our beautiful gown, and also inside zipper on the back area. So this is the end of our beautiful tutorial. If you have watched to this end, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and also press the notification bell so that you'll be the first to notify each time we upload our beautiful video. So for our returning subscribers, thanks for always coming around to comment and also like our post. And if this is the first time you are watching my name is Faustina, so please don't forget to tell your friends and also share to your friends. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Bye. Remain blessed.